Today, on another note,
Do not wash raw chicken. Don't wash the chicken raw.
Here in the Caribbean, the Mexican, British Virgin Islands tacos.
Ooh.
If we spare the rod, are we spoiling the child?
I received correction via various means.
We are beating our kids with awards as well.
Welcome back to On Another Note. We're so glad to have you with us, and you're only watching because this is not your average talk show.
By no means.
This is why you're watching. So good to have you guys back with us. And guess what? We've got some really new but beautiful faces with us here today. We've got the lovely Kyla.
Hey.
Yay! Nice to have you back. She's been co-hosting with us for a while. And we have the very beautiful Briana. Did I say that with a nice Spanish accent?
Yes.
Briana. Hola, mija.
It's my pleasure to be here again.
So good to have a little bit of Spanish flavor added to the already Spanish flavor. Queen Bee, how was your week?
My week was excelente.
And I know you're trying to figure out where we are. So, yep, take a look. We are back at the beautiful location. But not just beautiful location. Can you smell that? Do you hear that music?
Oh, man.
Do you see the sea breeze? Oh, you can't? Okay. We're at Maya's Chill Zone, and it is an amazing location to be at. Ladies, what did you think so far?
Yeah, I love the breeze. It's just natural.
Yeah,
everything.
that drink we had after the last episode. Oh
That
my.
was good. So if
That
you
was
missed the
really
last
good.
episode, go back. Make sure you watch our last episode. You sure don't want to miss that. We kind of ended unorthodox because we left the set to have drinks.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, viewing audience. Next time you guys can come on down to Maya's Chill Zone. But we're here for another episode, and I want to jump right into it. How was everyone's week, though?
This week was pretty okay. Late load. It was okay.
Okay.
This week was great. I'm looking forward to summer.
Oh, yes. Teacher life, yes. Yes.
I'm looking forward to summer. When the children are out of school, I don't have to worry as much. They could eat bread and cheese. I don't just chill. I don't have to do as much cooking. So I'm looking forward to summer as well.
I share those sentiments.
Some parents don't like when it's summer.
Right?
I
How
share
was
those
your week?
sentiments.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, my week wasn't too bad. I'm actually kind of excited for summer as well. I'm hoping to do a little bit of traveling this summer, so we'll see if that happens.
Angeli, I was
And
traveling.
I
It don't
know,
have
I
to
know.
be summer.
But like Bertha, I am excited for summer because the kids will be able to do some exploration. For me, we do a lot of exploration with the kids, so they'll get to do some exploratory things this summer. They're going to be doing a little bit of a circus camp in Arizona with my mom. Yeah, just to learn different circus things, tightrope walking, juggling, other little things. Yeah, so they'll do that for 2 weeks, and then they'll go on to another camp. And it's just to expose them to something that they would never have the opportunity to do. So yeah, excited for the summer for them, and excited for the break. Grandmas, welcome to the Caribbean, guys. It's probably 12 o'clock somewhere. Did you hear that? That's the alarm clocks that we have here, naturally ingrained with our environment. But yeah, I'm excited for the break. As a parent, you know, we are parents 24/7. Let's be honest as moms.
Well,
Serious-
don't.
Oh, you're not a mom yet, but we'll tell you how it is. So
I'm listening.
motherhood is like 24/7, and you have to deal with the good, the bad, and the indifferent with these kids.
And me and Angel have a set of children.
Oh, we do.
I have a lot too. I just didn't give birth to them, but they're mine.
That's
yes,
true. You're a
that's
I
teacher.
have a lot, yes.
Yeah, so it's one of the things that I think to myself, you know, are you cut out for this motherhood? Are you?
Till now.
I don't know if I.
It's a bit. You know, you're not fully ready until you're ready. Like, bam, there it is.
And I
just-
think when moms share that story of like, listen, I'm a mom, but I make mistakes too. My child probably like fall off the bed a few times. Other people are like, oh, okay, I probably can do this as well because from the outside looking in, motherhood
Don't
looks
let
hard.
no one detour you.
Yeah. And the journey is different for everyone.
Yes.
So Bertha mentioned something that I definitely want to go into. You talked about the fact that you can't wait for the lack of cooking after school goes out and it's on summer break. Well, you wouldn't believe an article that we read. So we read this article, and it's coming from the, I'm gonna get my phone so that we can go over the details of this article. You guys are not gonna believe this, but it's headline news, and this is coming from the Center for Disease and Control Prevention. So they put out an article talking about chicken and food poisoning. Now, I need you to hear me, okay? Listen to what they have said. You can take steps to prevent food poisoning. They gave some steps. One of them really stood out for me, but I'll read the first 4. First one, place chicken in a disposable bag before putting it in your shopping cart. Number 2, always wash your hands with warm soapy water. Number 3, do not wash raw chicken. We'll come back to that.
Here in the Caribbean, or moving right along.
We'll come back to that. Number 4, use a separate cutting board for raw chicken.
I do that.
5, never place cooked food or fresh produce on a plate or a cutting board where you had raw chicken before. And then they have some others. But I want to scroll back up. Did they just say do not wash raw chicken? Let me read what it says. During washing chicken, juices can spread in the kitchen and contaminate other foods, utensils, and countertops. Now, Caribbean women, let me hear you. Don't wash the chicken, what? Where? Oh,
I've heard don't wash the rice. I've seen women who don't wash their rice. They just throw it in the pot. But chicken? No.
They never heard about
lime
vinegar.
vinegar.
Right, they never heard about vinegar.
Yeah, I use lime and vinegar.
Exactly.
That's how much I want to make sure that it's washed.
And this is coming from the Center of Disease Control. They're telling the public, don't wash your chicken. Stop washing your chicken.
But I'm trying to understand the why. They're saying that
I read something. They're saying that when it's cooked, that's when the germs start to dead. I guess they die.
So they die out at that
so
point.
you have to make sure that it goes in the pot directly when you're gonna cook it, not wash it, because then it's gonna spread. And I'm thinking
salmonella and a lot of those other diseases are spread from the juices that come from the raw chicken. So what they're saying is don't spread those potential diseases by washing your chicken, because chances are you're going to wash it in the sink, you're going to use that sink to do other things. But let's be honest. Raise your hand if your mom has washed the chicken, but it's always like in a bowl in the sink.
Right, exactly.
Isn't that how we do it?
That's what we do.
They're Americans. We can teach you some things.
I just don't see it. And they say use a different cutting board. I think you said you do that.
I have 3 different cutting boards.
Yes.
well, I learned something today.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, I learned
fruit is
something
different,
today.
But I mean like the onions and the
I have
Right.
one for vegetables, I have one for chicken, and then I have another one. I have 3.
I have about 4 for different things.
We learned something today. Bree.
I mean, I don't use a whole heap of cutting boards, a whole heap of all of that. I tend to do my own seasoning sometimes.
Yes.
My mom showed me how to do a few things here and there, but I don't know.
And then if cross contamination, if you know you have a fruit salad to prepare, I usually deal with a fruit salad first, and then you move on to your chicken. But that's
Can you imagine?
Not
And
clean your chicken.
They're telling, I remember the Center for Disease Control not only governs the USA, but any FDA products. So products that we get in the Virgin Islands, products that are sent overseas. So people are going to be reading this going, oh, we don't need to wash the chicken?
restaurants.
I'm not eating from your house. Do you hear me? I'm not eating from your house.
But
you need to wash your chicken.
You see,
Wash the chicken.
You see, that's the problem with you Caribbean people. It came straight from the source. Don't wash your chicken. Here's Caribbean women say, I'm gonna wash my chicken. And you should wash your chicken too.
Do what we have
But technically, if you think about it, we who like to try different foods at different restaurants, we have eaten some and washed chicken.
We have.
We have eaten some and washed
And you
chicken.
lick your fingers after.
And the
too.
Bible say, pray and eat.
10-second rule.
Bless it
Eat it.
and eat it. Yes, but
Bless it and eat it.
But let's get back to the source. The reason why they're saying not to wash the chicken is because in America and a lot of the other places, there's a lot of contamination, bacteria, salmonella. A lot of diseases are coming from chicken juices that have been spread, especially in factories and the packaging plants. and in a lot of restaurants. So they are preparing the chicken, the juices get spread, they then prepare the salad, they then prepare the rice, and then the people who are eating at these restaurants, they're getting sick. The people who are buying products are getting sick. This is how it's spreading. So they're saying don't wash the chicken because you're making it worse.
But that's not from washing your chicken though.
It is
that
because
is
there's
from
juices. It's a part of it.
listen, that is from leaving that chicken exposed for hours and hours.
No.
That's what I come from. That's what they're telling you. I cook as well, you know.
I'm a chicken expert, so she
I cook as well, you know. I cook as well.
But I think it goes back to cleaning up after yourself. So you deal with the chicken and then you wipe down the counter and then deal with your veggies.
Exactly.
Right. You're
Clean while I
supposed to
cook.
do that.
And
Right.
you
You're
use-
supposed to
yes.
do that. Yeah.
But everyone doesn't do it.
But let's think about it. We all know, so we all raised our hands. Our moms used to put that chicken in a bowl, vinegar. You have a little bit of the. My mom used a lot of the lemon, the lime, and you put that in a bowl, and you wash the chicken there. You pour out your thing, and then you start to season. But I don't know how others are doing it. Maybe they're just
And if you have that local lime, that gives your chicken
extra
extra
flavor.
flavor. And you ever have
Mom says that.
I
don't see the difference.
Well, listen, we might have to take a commercial break to get something to eat from my chill zone, because I'm saying all this chicken talk is making me hungry. But seriously, but even other people, like I was explaining to some of the co-hosts before the show started. I watched this video that my daughter showed me where this guy who does really good fried chicken, someone told him he had to wash the chicken. So he put the chicken in the bowl to wash it. He filled it up with water, and then he threw Dawn dish liquid into that thing, and he starts washing this chicken. And somebody else is saying to him, somebody is saying to him, "Why are you washing the chicken? Why you put soap in there?" He said, "I don't want no one telling me not to wash the darn chicken. I'm washing the chicken." They said, "No, it's soap." He like, "Oh."
I mean, my niece did that one time, but she was 4.
That's different.
She was 4. You know, I blink. I tell her, okay, I'm going, you know, just to keep off of my back. Okay, we're going to clean up this chicken together. And I blinked, and she had the Brillo in there going this way. She was 4 at the time.
She was scrubbing it.
Right.
But I find like talking about chicken, the chicken that we get here is imported, right?
Yes.
It tastes different than when you get fresh chicken. I don't know if you like, probably from home. Do you remember?
Lord.
We can get fresh chicken. It's just different.
That memory. When I was
There
young,
is K&K now.
Yeah, there's K&K now in the BVI. Their chicken is grown
It's
and
fresh.
well,
Oh, yes, yes,
everything. They, I don't know, but I haven't
There's
tasted
a
it
chicken
yet.
farm.
But I've
Yeah, I've
heard
had
that
it.
it's really
It's
good.
good.
You've had it. Okay, so yeah, it
It's
tastes
actually really
different
good.
than the ones that we get here
Import.
from.
Yep.
I agree that farmed, homegrown chicken tastes better than the exported ones because they have to do all kind of things to keep them
Yes,
so that they can
fresh
make the trip all the way here. But I don't know if you guys have
still
ever
gonna wash
seen chickens be plucked and prepared for cooking.
I have.
have.
I have unfortunately seen that. Now I want to unsee it. Okay, I don't.
I
Think
have.
about it, it's not that bad.
I watched someone pluck the chicken,
I watched someone.
ring it around like this to break the.
Yes.
But you know, 7
This
days.
is why I live a vegan life, semi. Except for when
Semi-vegan.
you have like barbecue ribs, and then I can't be vegan because you know barbecue ribs is good for your soul, you know.
But real quick,
Jesus probably had it on the Last Supper table. I don't know, you know. Just saying.
listen.
Just saying.
My daughter, she goes to 7 Day, and they have a very good program where they grow their own chicken, that kind of thing. And they
Oh, that's
they
awesome.
learn to kill a chicken. So my daughter learned.
Cruelty.
I've seen it. Yeah.
That the same chicken you know be there chewing down.
Oh,
But to think about it, everything we eat has to get killed. Just imagine the process. We don't see the process. So I always say Chinese are gonna live really long because they eat everything. But some people here only eat chicken. Some
Yeah.
people here only eat fish. What if
Right.
something happens, especially the way that we're living right now, we're not taking care of the animals? What are we gonna eat?
That's
True.
So I'm
But when-
willing to try it
Yeah.
all.
But when I was younger, my uncles actually like rear like sheep and goat, and I actually used to like, I don't know if I'm weird for this, but it was kind of fun watching the goats and the sheep be killed, like seeing that. No, they did it like in our backyard and like they cleaned it, and
Angela's like, no.
that was a part of my culture. Like that's what I grew up knowing, really and truly.
Do you hear this?
Yep.
viewing audience, are you listening to this? I'd like the cameraman to pan in on this young lady.
Do you eat mutton?
I don't eat mutton. I drink good water.
Right.
There's a difference. I don't eat it. I just only drink the good water. It's true. Don't judge me.
Right.
Don't judge me.
There are people like that. I eat grapes, but I don't drink grape juice.
See what I mean? The hypocrisy is real on this show.
I know.
The hypocrisy is real.
But somebody has to do the dirty work. So.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, but
somebody got to
remember-
do it.
Kudos to them.
Yes. And you know what? This is coming from the Center of Disease Control for Food Development. So we're not telling you what to do. These are the rules that they've laid out. We're just going to say this. If you live in the Caribbean region, you know how to wash chicken properly so that there is no cross-contamination. To all our favorite restaurants, please make sure that you wash your chicken properly with and without dish liquid. I mean, you do you.
We wouldn't know, but don't do it.
You do you. But I mean, I thought that was interesting that they would even
funny.
issue something like that. And it's so funny because culturally for us, it's like a big problem not to wash your chicken. And for a lot of these people, you know, a lot of the comments I read, no one kicked up about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's normal in certain
It's
countries.
very normal. When
Not for us, but what
when I
about,
was away
you know?
to
But
when
a
I was
lot of
away
the
to university,
African Americans, they kicked up about it. Everyone else seemed like,
Yeah.
oh no, we
Yeah.
don't wash it anyway.
Yeah.
I think, culture, there would be major divorces. People will come out with black eyes and all kinds of things. Dominican woman.
Yes, but like
Because
I
they
was,
take it to another
like I
level.
was thinking earlier, I've heard of the rice situation where some people don't wash their rice. They say that the vitamins in there or whatever. I'm like, vitamins where? They say, no, you just need to cook it. I'm like, I wash my rice.
I used to wash my rice. Full disclosure, I don't do it all the time. I only wash my rice now if I need the rice water to wash my daughter's hair.
Why?
Because now they've had to go through such stringent rules and stuff before they package.
Yes.
Before there was a lot of starch on the rices, so we always used to have to soak and wash. Now it's not as bad as it used to be.
Oh, it depends on the brand.
And it depends on the brand. So
Yes.
Uncle Ben's, you still soak that bad boy. You still get that one.
Being from the R,
Some of the boxed ones, they're not that bad.
being from the R, and I understand why she has a concern about not washing your rice. Being from the Dominican Republic, and because we grow on rice, and you have it,
true.
Yes.
so you actually had to wash that rice even 4 times because the starch is
Sometimes dry. When it's dry, we would go over it and take out the black stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like natural, and then wet it with water. But I don't have to do that here. But I'm just saying.
because it's more
And then
processed.
not only that,
Yes.
and remember now, the natural one is more difficult to cook. So soaking it is not only to take the starch off, it's actually to soften it.
That is true. Okay.
So yeah,
You
so
learn something
definitely,
every day.
We're giving you cooking lessons here for free. And we're gonna wrap up this section and move on to our local highlights. So on that note, Kyla, take it away.
So our local highlights, we're going right back into food. Yes, we were talking about rice, chicken. So our local highlight for today is the Mexican British Virgin Islands tacos.
Ooh.
Have you guys heard about it?
I've heard about it.
Yes,
but I haven't
but you
tasted
guys
it.
definitely should eat from it. It's basically a van. It's right outside the Pear Park. You know, there's a taxi stand. So in that
Yes.
same parking lot, there is the van. Amin Tarabi. I think you
Oh, I
guys
know
went,
him.
yeah, from
Yes,
Varieties.
yes,
So he
yes.
was always in the family business. And after Irma, I think Irma was a big turn for everyone. So after Irma, he decided to go into this venture. Of course, not going blindly into it, but he
Yes.
did a lot of research, and he realized that in the US, and he translated to here, that Mexican food is one of the top foods,
Yes.
right? So he came and he did his research, and now we have island tacos, and I have eaten from there, guys, and it's really good. I'll tell you the
Is he
truth.
the one that's making the
Yes, he's
tacos?
actually in
Oh,
the
he's the
van.
chef?
Yes, he's
Okay.
actually in the van. He actually has a passion for culinary. So yeah. So that's really awesome. I've eaten from there. They have rice bowls. You guys should definitely try
I've
that.
heard about
Try
the
it.
rice
I've heard
bowl.
about
They
that
have
one.
rice
And I
bowls.
heard about
Yes.
some type of, it was
Burritos.
a shrimp taco or something like that. I
Yes,
heard
they
about
have
it. It's
shrimp,
really good.
steak, chicken. You can mix it up. Listen, guys. It's
And,
really
and,
good.
and the price range is very good for
Yes,
locals.
it is. It really is. It's They have tacos, quesadillas, burritos,
love
rice
quesadillas.
bowls. Yeah, so it's really good.
Okay.
So I would let everyone know. Check them out right outside of the Tortola Pear Park. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's good. Listen, all of this food, we're getting hungry. I want to give a shout out before we go to some of our sponsors for today's show. A special shout out to Umi.
Yes.
For making sure that our beautiful co-host Bree is well clad. This is a perfect color for you, actually.
Thank you.
It's
Beautiful.
a really good color. A special shout out to Duo Collection,
Who's always
who
doing it.
consistently make sure that her girls look the best.
Fabulous.
So yeah, absolutely love this piece. This is really like
Highlights rocking
risky
it.
and beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, definitely love this.
Yes.
Cleopatra braids, the whole outfit, it all works. With that, we're gonna take a break. We'll see you. We'll be right back.
If we spare the rod, are we spoiling the child?
I received correction via various means.
We are beating our kids with awards as well.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Shavanda Naturals, handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavanda Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Welcome back to On Another Note. It is so good to have you with us. We're having a really heated discussion. Sometimes I wish we could take you behind the scenes so you could hear the discussion after the discussion.
I know.
Because those are usually the best. And I wanted to just point out our location again. We are at Mayette's Chill Zone at the Cyril B. Rumney Tortola Pear Park. And I want to tell you some of the things that they have waiting specifically for you. Yes, you can get a gin and tonic, but outside of that, you can get beef sliders, chicken tenders, hummus and pita. They've got a shrimp quesadilla and shrimp tacos. So if you want something to munch on and it's properly seasoned, it tastes great, you don't got to worry about cross-contamination. We've seen it. They do an amazing job here. All the food is made fresh, ready for you. The bartender, shout outs to Captain. You can't sail a boat without the captain. Shout outs to you. And we want to say shout out to the entire staff and the owners. Thank you for having us here. It is a beautiful location. You can hear the birds in the background. The breeze is blowing.
Yes.
And you can even challenge a friend to a game of Jenga. Yeah, Yep. They've got a nice courtyard area. If you just want to relax on a Saturday, or if you want to come out after work and let off some steam, they are here for you. Fridays is the day that I suggest you come out. Saturdays, make sure you come on out as well and get you something amazing to eat. Bring the family down. On Fridays, bring a friend. Don't bring the kids. Bring a friend. It's a perfect place. And we want to say thank you again for inviting us back for our third time in a row. It has been lovely. So, if you haven't yet, take a chill, man. Come down to my heads. All right?
That sounds like a commercial.
I know.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
All right. Maybe, I wonder if they have a chill drink. Y'all have a chill drink at my ads? Y'all need to make a chill drink, okay? All right, name that one chill out. Okay, name the drink chill out. Tell the bartender I said so. I know, or name it after me. Name it after me. All right, but I want to move right into our hot topic. So Queen Bee.
Yes. And today's hot topic, we are going to discuss sparing the rod. If we spare the rod, are we spoiling the child? It is a
Old saying.
let's discuss this. I remember getting some correction. I understand you can't say licks. I remember getting some corrections, and I think I'm better for it. And now you can correct your child because it's considered child abuse.
Yeah.
It's considered all kind of things. And because of that, I do believe that you see society going in the wrong direction. What do you think about that? Angel have a set of children like myself.
Do you discipline your children?
Well, I do discipline my children, but I will say this. I will have to disagree in some respects that sparing the rod spoils the child, only because I grew up with a mom who was like Bertha said, we can't really say them used to beat me. So what we'll say is I received correction via various means.
Name broomstick and electric
via various
cord.
instruments as a child. And what I do think we need to consider is alternative punishment. I don't think that we should continue with spankings, only because, let's be honest, if you're having a bad day and your kid makes that day worse, that kid is going to get the end result of your bad day plus what that kid did. And it's not fair. And some people can't control their tempers in a way. So some kids end up in really technically abusive situations. And some of them kids deserve to get them backside whoop. But, you know, there's a lot of instances where it really isn't, it's unfair. And I can understand why they decided to say, no, you're going to spare the rod and this child is not going to spoil. But have we gone too far with that?
Bree, you're a teacher. Tell me, give me your perspective on how you feel about that.
Well, I would never touch anyone's child. We know how things have changed. I would not do it. I would tell the parent. And you know, some parents will be like, I know you. If he misbehave, you beat him or beat her, not
said
me.
that to you before.
Yeah, parents have said it. I wouldn't do it, but I'm a mother. She's only 4. I don't really beat her, I'm not going to lie. I do punish her in a few ways. But what I found myself doing recently, and it hit me really hard, was shouting at her. I don't know if you don't take it serious, but I did, and I'll tell you why. She was playing with her dolls, and she talks to them. And she was telling them, my mommy got really upset, and she was shouting at me. And she said, I was naughty because I threw all her cream of wheat on the floor. And I'm sad because she was explaining how she felt. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but my 4-year-old was there, like, I did the worst thing, like I beat her, even though I just shouted. So I started to think of it, Lex is not only beating your words. And I felt so bad. I said, I'm so sorry. She said, it's okay, mommy, because she does it, but I really felt that. And I feel that we are beating our kids with our words as well. It's not only, it's not only items or, you know. I felt that.
These ladies are very diplomatic. What do you think? Do you think that
I don't have kids of my own, but from my experience, I did get some licks.
corrections.
That specifically if I look back, it was more for my mode. I had a smart mode, I had a quick mode, and look where it got me now.
You've changed.
On another note. Anyways, but I do agree with Angela though, where and like you said, it might be your words. Maybe you were having a bad day, maybe something upset you before, and you realize, you know, and you were able to realize that, like, okay, maybe she did not deserve that, but not everyone is able to do that, you know. So what kind of punishment would you more so lean towards instead of like,
listen,
spanking?
I have to be honest, because you are not being honest.
No, I'm being
you
honest.
Mommy, you are not being honest.
Yes, but you tell us your part.
Sometimes these children don't get a worse out of you. Sometimes.
Agree.
My mother used to beat me, you know. She used to beat me, and I used to say I will never beat my children.
I used to say that too.
But then
we had
I
kids,
have
right?
Yes.
out of my set, I have one. She'll bring the TVs out of me.
I got one of those.
This child will bring the TVs out of me. But we're at a level now that we discuss, you know, we discuss things. But she have gotten some licks, and listen, it did well for me.
I'm thankful
I think
for
a
my
little-
legs. I'm thankful.
She received some, and I think
don't
she's
know
going
if
to be
I'm
better for it.
thankful for the licks.
I think she's going to be better for
You
it.
know, I mean, Mom, you could have beat me less, you know? Like, I didn't need the tamarind whip, you know? A shoe was fine, but I'm saying,
In the
I'm
electric
not
car, the electric-
thankful,
And I
thankful,
know, like,
but
when we were
I
probably
understand.
being corrected,
Yes.
like, after, like, the third one, it's like, but geez, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, you actually feel it like, Jesus is overboard. Come on.
And I think, unfortunately, this is where it's come from. So there are statistics that show that children who, years ago, before the law was in place, it came into place because a lot of children actually died at the hands of correction.
Yes.
A lot of children
But that's
were
abuse,
It's
though.
really-
That's
but we didn't
So
have
where is
abuse
the
then.
line? Where is the line?
A lot of children have been, you know, permanently scarred at the hands of
Yes.
correction. A lot of children have been deformed at the hands of correction. And it goes back to the point I made about not everyone knows their level.
Yes.
I have a short temper. I really do. And it takes a lot to get me there. And most of us can admit, I don't know if I'm the only person who's like this, the people closest to me see my temper.
Yes.
I don't show
They
my
know.
temper in public.
Right.
But my husband will get the wrath of Angel. My kids will get the wrath of Angel. And because of that, I had to introspectively say, you know what? You can't do spankings because you go from 0 to 100 with the people who are closest to you. And I had to put a stop to it and decide, you know what? No, you have to find an alternative. And I'll be honest, my second son, who brings the Viona out of me, Jordan showed me that spankings weren't always effective on every kid.
That's my little brother. He would be, that did not hurt.
Yeah, Jordan was not sure. It don't matter how hard I beat this kid. He was
And
like,
you would want to
Yeah.
beat him harder. Yeah, I
and
saw
you
that.
thinking, oh, you testing me now. Oh, you testing me. But it didn't do anything. And then like your daughter, what I found were the words that I said were the things that really did it to him the most. So depending on what I said or how I said something, that affected him more than me spanking him. So when I realized that, I then had to learn how to curve the way that I spoke to the kids. So I try my best not to yell. I am not even close. Working progress. Look at God, still working on me. But I have tried not to yell. So my husband and I have developed this thing where we try our best not to yell, especially when we're upset. What we do is we then have like a moment of, and then address it. So you take the 2 seconds because I don't want to let it go. I don't want them to think, oh, everything will be dealt with after the fact. So I just go, oh, Jesus. And then I go, I need to speak to you. You know, what do you think you did? You know, and I do the American version of the conversation. But then I do give real punishment and I give proper punishment. So you might have to stand up outside with your hands in the air. You might have to stand up outside with books in your hand and 1 foot in the air, and you have a time period to do that.
allowed to do that.
And for me, I have to do something so that you know this is what happens when you do behaviors adverse. So at one time, I think I talked about this already. He was 9 at the time. I took him to the police station because he had beaten his brother so badly that he had swollen up in certain areas. So I said, okay, I can't spank you because my kids are old enough to know that they can call 911. So I said, well, I'm gonna take you to the police station for battery. And I took him to the police station and had the officers, have a chat with him and talk about this is battery because we have to stop behaviors when we see it. And if the governments and if policies are going to say we can't correct our children, what are we supposed to do and raise children in a society where they understand that there is a consequence to bad behavior? So we have to correct them. It's just
I like that idea.
Listen, I'm an advocate for parents. I'm always on the side of parents, being a parent myself. I remember when my 16-year-old was 3 and she come home with a story, Mommy, you know there is child abuse? And I said,
Tell it to you now.
yes. So I said, so what about parent abuse? When I buy a set of pencil and you throw them away because you feel you always have a next set to come home to and you don't eat your lunch and you this and that. And she ain't come home with a story after that. Because, well, these children are being taught that they're being abused. But I believe in balance. I believe in balance. You should not beat your child to that point. You shouldn't beat your child in anger. But I do believe that they need a bit of correction.
Yes.
And I don't think, once you do it in balance, you would.
My question is now, at what age, if you do beat your child, at what age do you stop this correctional
To me, it
behavior?
depends on the child.
Well, Teresa would beat me now if she had a.
I was about to say, y'all don't know my mom. I know I look like a hardback woman. I've been married for 60 years and I got 3 kids, but my mom will still whoop my behind if I do something wrong. I think she'd still beat me.
I know.
I think my mom will still whoop my backside. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think
I think it depends on the child. Like some children
Definitely.
are really mature. They would not disrespect you in any way, I hope. I see some of them in school, you can tell that their parents are raising them right. But then the others, they can be 18 and the age says I'm a man, but then the behavior says I'm still a baby.
So at 18, would you still smack,
If you're living in my house, I think I have a right.
I don't. For me, like I say, I believe in alternatives to spanking. I still spank. Don't get it twisted. I still spank, but I believe that there are alternatives. So not all my kids get a spanking. My last son, he gets a spanking because he has to relate the fact that this bad behavior comes with punishment, and he's afraid I licks the most. That's the honest truth. So even if I threaten a spanking, he learns how to. So I still do like spankings on the buttocks for him, and then give other punishments. With my other 2 kids, my 13-year-old, she's too big to get a spanking. To me, she's aged out.
But she's mature as well, isn't
She is, but to me, she's aged out. So even if she has done something, and hopefully she never sees this, because she still thinks she qualifies. But if she does something, then I have to come up with an alternative method because I believe that she's aged out. And I'll be honest, I know this sounds like a far-fetched correlation, but I don't want my daughters or sons thinking that when they do things wrong, that a beating is the punishment worth it.
Yes.
Because
I
abusive relationships
That's what-
can also be
yes,
considered.
right.
My daughter will grow up, she will do something, her boyfriend will hit her a lick, and she's used to having that be
So it's
the
okay.
the
The
repercussion
norm, yes.
for, and so this is why I believe they should age out at
Yes.
up time appointed in the household.
I agree. Yeah.
It's a stretch, but that's my correlation.
I honestly agree
I don't
with
like
that.
beating. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. I'm not saying it's not necessary because it is. But like you said, we need other methods of correction, punishment. We know these students are into technology. Take away the technology. Make them stay home when you are going somewhere. If they're at the age, and take away stuff that they like. That's a form of correction. You don't have to beat them for everything. And if you're really upset, don't beat them because I've seen it. Parents take out their stress on the child and it's not fair. Like I'm seeing it from now. When I get upset, I might shout. I'm not doing it. I didn't like what I heard my daughter saying, so it's like I'm working on it. Like she said, I don't know if it's gonna happen again, but I'm working on it.
And one of the things that we also have to remember, children are impressionable, and I really need you guys to hear us because if you continuously spank your kids, the truth is that child learns that every bad behavior is warrants a punishment of this sort. So you find that babies especially, you see that tit for tat. You spank a baby, all of a sudden the baby spank you back. And you thinking, no, don't do it. And you spank them harder. And then they spank you back. And you spank them hard enough and then they go, okay,
This isn't a game. This is not fun.
this game isn't fun anymore. But they will do it another time. It's
Yeah.
learned behavior. So
they even
what,
spank and say bad.
yes, and then what are we teaching? So those are things to think about. I'm not saying that they're wrong because we all grew up in the era where,
Or even
listen,
having that conversation with your child, like not just because some of us know you'll get the spanking and it's just that, but having the conversation like this is what you did wrong and because of
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
so having that conversation and
Explaining
connecting the
to
two,
them.
this is what you did wrong and this is the consequence for it.
And they're smart. Don't underestimate
Oh, yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too smart. Too smart.
So definitely continue the conversation on our Facebook page, OANTalk, or you can follow us on YouTube on another note or on our Instagram. Check out our beautiful pictures and snippets from our shows on OANTalk. So make sure you check us out. If you skipped any episodes, head on back to our timeline, scroll up, and make sure you watch all the episodes. We do try our best, like we said from the beginning of the show, 5 different opinions, women from the Caribbean, very successful in what we've all been doing in our personal lives. You don't want to miss the opinions because we have a lot. So make sure you tune in at all times. Thank you so much, Briana, for joining us for a second
Thank
episode.
you for having me.
Yeah, we hope to see her back again.
Yes.
All this Spanish flavor really makes it feel like we're eating a quesadilla right now.
She's hungry.
I am hungry. And it's so good to have she's a usual, so it really doesn't.
She's not
Yeah.
a guest anymore.
But Kyra's always with us and it's so good to have her. And if you aren't watching this, then you should be listening to, is your talk show back on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell them when to tune in.
Tune in on to Let's Be Real at 2 o'clock on ZBVI. I host that with Timolji Hughes. So if you didn't have enough of Kyla over here, you can tune
Every
into
Saturday,
that.
right?
Yeah,
On
yeah,
Saturday.
every Saturday on ZBVI.
So definitely tune into that and make sure you catch up on all our episodes. We're missing Dr. Shaq today and Adri. Girls, have tons of fun where you are. We miss you. And we will see you, audience, next time on another note. Bye.